Whether you're a seasoned trainer or just starting your adventure, there's something for everyone on this list. So grab your Pokeballs, sharpen your skills and get ready to dive into our countdown of the top 10 best Pokemon Gba Rom hacks of all time. Pokemon Resolute is a hack of Pokemon Emerald. This ROM hack is a sequel of his previous ROM hack named Pokemon Victory Fire. It's not necessary for you all to play Victory Fire. The game allows the player to travel through 3 regions. First, a new region, named Silent. Second is also a new region if the player haven't played Victory Fire, which is Tyran in the familiar region of Johto from the Gen 2 games. This creates more options for the things the player could do except for the main story. The Pokemon that the player could catch spreads from a wide selection from Gen 1 Pokemon to Gen 7. The game has Mega Evolution. Even the NPCs are cool too. Final words would be Pokemon Resolute is really a fun game and a great time killer. What was neat for this was a universe for itself and it achieved it. Pokemon Light Platinum game is addictive and quite hard to play and has good graphics. The story is very good with consistent dream sequences. It follows the classic Pokemon routine where the player needs to save the professor, except in this game, the action starts very quickly and the evil team's team make themselves known very quickly. The player must select a first-generation starter Pokemon to battle the Team Steam Grunt with and keep as they begin their journey into the new Juri region. Light Platinum is a well-made Pokemon ROM hack and its generation gimmick is something that most Pokemon fans will enjoy. The gameplay is solid and the new region of Juri is well constructed so that it feels like a real region from the Pokemon world. Light Platinum is a well-made ROM hack and it shows. I recommend Light Platinum for the depth and catching them all. Glazed is the ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald. Set in the Tuned region, you play as a trainer starting out on a new adventure, like in the mainline games. The big difference is that the protagonist finds themselves occasionally slipping into an alternate universe due to dimensional instabilities, and have to find out the cause behind the phenomena. Mega Evolutions are present late in the game. After you finish Tuned, Johto becomes available as a post-game region, complete with its own set of 8 badges to collect and a second Elite Four. This was honestly a pretty impressive feat, but what's even crazier is that this version of Johto has a few additional areas original to this hack. It is an awesome game I would surely suggest you to play. Delving into the darkness, our next entry is Pokemon Dark Worship. Pokemon Dark Worship is a chillingly unique ROM hack of Pokemon Fire, captivating players with its dark atmosphere, challenging gameplay and mature themes. The story revolves around a mysterious entity known as the Cult of the Unseen who manipulate Pokemon for their nefarious purposes. The player takes on the role of a trainer thrust into this conflict, tasked with unraveling the cult's secrets and restoring balance to the region. The game has increased difficulty and dark mechanics. So get ready for more twists and challenges and unveil the secrets of the unseen. So, if you're looking for a Pokemon adventure that will truly test your skills and leave a lasting impression, delve into the darkness and face the Cult of the Unseen. Remember, the true beauty of Pokemon Dark Worship lies in its ability to surprise and challenge players. Embrace the darkness, unravel its secrets, and forge your own path in this haunting world. One of the most popularly played Pokemon ROM hacks till today is Pokemon GS Chronicles. The story is inspired by the Generation 2 games, namely Gold, Silver, and Crystal. When we say inspired, it doesn't mean that it follows the story point per point. You could say that there are elements to it, such as taking place in Johto and having the usual point of being a Pokemon master. When it's all over, the Pokemon roster is only up to Gen 4, which is around 494. The graphics of the game are updated, so it looks like Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Pretty much everything is changed, so it doesn't look anything like Fire, so that alone is already a good improvement. The items, moves, and other things are all updated similarly to Gen 8. Pokemon locations are also swapped and will appear depending on the time of day. The game has enough content for you to go around. So don't miss to experience new plot points in the game. Pokemon Gaia is a Fire ROM hack. The hack completely alters the game with an amazing original story, seeing you through the typical storyline of beating gyms in the league, defeating an evil team, all while creating the ultimate team of Pokemon. The game is set in a fictional region known as Orpus. The game features Pokemon from up to Gen 6 from the regions of Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, and Kalos. The game includes updated movesets, items, mega evolutions, fairy types, reusable TMs and more. Overall, Pokemon Gaia is a good introductory game. While in its current state there isn't much of a post-league game, the story, events, gyms and Elite Four are all really well done and fleshed out. It would be nice to see the Regis as catchable after the main story concludes and maybe some additional challenges or high-level trainers. The game really feels like it could be an official entry to the series. The game will keep you busy for quite a while, especially if you decide to take your time. The hardest game in this list with one of the greatest story. If you can beat this game, you can beat them all. You may fight a boss and then have nowhere to heal and another boss comes in your face within 10 steps. Like, calm down. Legendaries are handed out like coins to a beggar. Everything seems to be designed to give the feel of a hard game. You just gotta waste some time training a lot. Overall, great game though. I wish all the Pokemon and legendaries were obtainable. My favorite part of the game was by far the fact that there are a ton of awesome Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 5, and by the end of the game your lineup will have level 100s. Don't give up, guys. If you can beat this game, you can beat them all. But I warn you, this game will take a huge amount of time to complete. The most exceptional game in this list is this one. Have you ever wanted to play as the bad guys in a Pokemon game? If you said yes, then I'd recommend you go to therapy as soon as you can, but before that, why not try one of the best ROM hack that can give you all of your Pokemon dreams? Team Rocket Edition allows you to truly experience what it could be like to be utterly evil and completely devoid of morals while giving you an extremely humorous insight. And sometimes downright hilarious insight into what's really going on in the world of Pokemon, and what the evil old man Oak is truly up to. Then twists in this game will surely blow out your mind. As your evil works increase, you will rank up from a grunt to a top member of the Team Rocket. Each and every decision matters in this game. It's the game of a gray man exposing the work of a pure evil in disguise of a holy man in front of the work. Don't miss this one at least. Pokemon Unbound is a flawless Gba Rom hack. Pokemon Unbound is incredibly ambitious. It's a Pokemon ROM hack that uses the complete Fired upgrade, containing a Gen 8 level custom battle engine, all Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 7, most of the moves and abilities from those generations, and a lot of the gimmicks from every generation. This game is just how exciting a Pokemon game can be. After I started playing it, I saw it had everything. It truly lives up to the expectation. It has a completely unique story that you'll find nowhere else, a new world that has been designed from the ground up to be nothing like you've ever seen in any other Pokemon game, multiple different difficulty modes, a massive post-game that contains basically every legendary Pokemon in the game up until Gen 8, and so much more. So don't sleep on it. Before we unveil our top pick, be sure to hit the like button if you liked this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Your one subscribe encourages us to make more videos of the same kind. And here are some honorable mentions which are equally enjoyable. It's the best one I have played. One of the most famous Pokemon difficulty ROM hacks is Radical Red, a hack that looks to completely overhaul the balance levels of the original Pokemon Fire, while completely changing the battle engine and adding brand new moves and Pokemon to this classic region. But how does it hold up to scrutiny? Pokemon Radical Red is pretty great. The decision to implement the CFRU in place of the original Pokemon Fire Red combat system was an inspired one and lends itself to harder difficulty levels a lot more than sticking with that original slower system would have, with Pokemon up to and including Generation 8 available, and moves from every generation up until 8 learnable by your Pokemon. It really does feel like somebody made a modern version of a classic Pokemon game. And the sheer difficulty level never feels too overwhelming unless you really wanted to, since you can choose between difficult levels. If you really like older Pokemon titles, and miss how they felt to play but find them far too easy, then this is really the title for you. If you like it hard, then grab it hard.